Welcome, racing fans, and thank you for hitting the play button. Coming up right now, it's the Racing Podcast. Welcome, fellow roadheads, to the one, the only RP, the Racing Podcast, presented by American Podcasting, available at apodradio.com, also available at Spreaker.com, #sports, and just look for the RP banner. I'm your host, Manny Allegretta, and this is Racing Podcast show number 16, as we head into week 16 of NASCAR action. And I was looking at my schedule. If we count this weekend coming up, we have 24 weeks left in the season, 14 weeks left till the beginning of the chase for the Cup. So we have a whole bunch of racing still. We still got a good 2/3 left of the season altogether. So good stuff. All right. So last weekend was a plethora of racing. Obviously, you had the Monaco Grand Prix, Indy 500. You had some NASCAR action. So we'll start with NASCAR, go over the results. Then we'll touch base at Monaco and Indy, go over the results from those two races. Last Saturday was last weekend's Xfinity event. The Hisense 300 winner, Austin Dillon, in the number 33 Chevy. He led 163 laps and gained 2 points. Second place, Denny Hamlin in the 54 Toyota. He led 19 laps and gained 1 point. And third place, Casey Kane in the number 5 Chevy, and he led 1 lap, gained 10 points. Then Sunday was last weekend's Sprint Cup event, the longest race in the NASCAR circuit, the Coca-Cola 600. Winner Carl Edwards in the 19 Toyota. He led 25 laps and gained 2 points. Second place, Greg Biffle in the 16 Ford. He gained 2 points as well. And third place, Dale Jr. in the 88 Chevy, who also gained 2 points. Martin Truex Jr., who led a whole bunch of laps that race on Sunday, he led 131 laps in total, and he came in 5th. Monaco Grand Prix, the Monaco Grand Prix winner, Nico Rosenberg, Team Mercedes, and race time was 1 hour and 49 minutes approximately. The race started at 8:03 a.m. and ended at 9:52 a.m. And Nico Rosenberg is a 3-time winner at Monaco and a 2-time winner for 2015. Winner of the 99th running of the Indianapolis 500, Juan Pablo Montoya in the number 2 Chevy. And this is Juan Pablo Montoya's first Indy win since his very first Indy win 15 years ago. An interesting factoid, if you will, about the Indy 500 is that next year is the 100th running of the Indianapolis 500. Now, the catch is this. Indianapolis 500, the inaugural race was actually 1911, but the 100th running of the race is 2016. So one might think that 2011 should have been the 100th running of the Indianapolis 500, but inaugural race 1911, but there was 2 periods in history where they did not race, and that was World War I and World War II. So that explains the gap right there. So the Coca-Cola 600 on Sunday, scheduled number of laps was 400, and they got 400 right on the dot. No overtime and no green-white checkers. Air temp at the start of the race was 82 degrees. Track temp was 118. Presentation of colors presented by the 108th Air Defense Artillery Brigade. Invocation by Douglas Carver, Executive Director of Chaplaincy for the Southern Baptist Convention's North American Mission Board. Amazing Grace performed by Charlotte Fire Department Pipe Band with a 21-gun salute by the Fort Bragg Firing Party, and taps performed by the Bugler from Fort Bragg. National Anthem performed by the 82nd Airborne Division All-American Chorus. Fly over 4 F-18s from turn 4 through turn 1, and they're from the VFA 103. Gentlemen, start your engines announcement. J.D. Crouch, the second president of the USO, along with USO General Manager Dawn Safe, wife of Andrew Safe, Civil Star winner and USO Marine of the Year 2013. And the engines were fired up at 6:12 p.m. and the green flag comes down at 6:21. And the race actually finished up at 10:24. So there was a competition caution scheduled for lap 25. Posted for this race was Matt Kenseth in the 20 car. You had a top 3 at lap 2, which was Carl Edwards, Matt Kenseth, and Joey Logano. Now, Edwards and Kenseth, they would actually flip-flop for a little bit for first place. And then by lap number 4, Kenseth would take the lead for a little while. Smoke reported from Trevor Bayne's car at lap 4. He taps the wall a little bit. Greg Biffle's car reports some smoke at lap 5. Trevor Bayne in the number 6 car. Biffle in the 16. And out of the top 4, now, as of lap 14, 3 of the top 4 consisted of Joe Gibbs cars. You had the top 3 at lap 17, Matt Kenseth, Carl Edwards, Joey Logano, the 20, the 19, and the 22. Matt Kenseth with a 3.24 second lead over Carl Edwards at lap 21. That lead grew to 3.62 seconds at lap 25. Trevor Bayne informed of debris on the front of his car, possible overheating, that was reported at lap 17. And the first question of the race, competition caution, as mentioned, lap 25 until lap 26. You had a race over pit road at lap 27. Matt Kenseth was the winner there. You had Matt Kenseth, Joey Logano, Carl Edwards, Brad Keselowski, Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, and David Ragan, respectively. The 20, the 22, the 19, the 2, the 11, the 4, and the double 5. Brad Keselowski penalized for removing equipment. Lap 28, the gas can. So, he pulls out of his pit box, or the pit stall, gas can in the thing still, and he pulls out of his stall, and the gas can just goes flying, shooting over to the pit stall next door, and that counts as equipment, removing of equipment, as they say. JJA penalized for a crew member over the wall too soon, lap 29. Restart lap 31. Now you had a top 3 at lap 33, which consisted of Joey Logano, Matt Kenseth, and Denny Hamlin, the 22, the 20, and the 11, respectively. Jimmy Johnson enters the top 10 for the first time of the race at lap 32, and at lap 32, Jimmy Johnson was in 9th place. Top 3 at lap 54, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, and Carl Edwards. Denny Hamlin with a 1.52 second lead over Joey Logano at lap 54. But Kevin Harvick would take over the lead at lap 64. Chase Elliott in the 25 car, and he was in 25th place at lap 54. Top 3 at lap 67, going into lap 68, Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano. Now remember, Harvick took the lead at lap 64, so the top 3, lap 67 into lap 68, was Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano. The 4, the 11, the 22. Kevin Harvick with a 1.93 second lead over Denny Hamlin, okay, at that moment. But Joey Logano would move into second place at lap 69. And then Denny Hamlin would have a 2.36 second lead over Joey Logano at lap 70, which grew to a 3.54 second lead over Logano at lap 78. Then Logano, he would go into pit at lap 79. Green flag pit stops began at lap 76. Backtracking a little bit. First one in for green flag pit stops was Dale Jr. Kevin Harvick has a 4.43 second lead over Kurt Busch at lap 80. Then Kevin Harvick, he goes to pit. So then you had the top 3 at lap 81, which was Brad Keselowski, Landon Castle, and Alex Bowman. The 2 to 40 to 7. And then, but then what happened was Logano. Okay, so you had Keselowski, Castle, Bowman, lap 81, but that switched up also at lap 81, and it wound up being Keselowski, Harvick, Logano. So The beginning of 81 was Keselowski-Castle-Bowman, and towards the end of 81 was Keselowski-Harvick-Logano. Harvick moves back to first place, though, at lap 81 as well, so a lot of activity in lap 81. Question number 2 comes out lap 89. Jimmie Johnson spins. He actually spun out twice, but this one was textbook. Jimmie Johnson spins, exiting turn number 4. Makes no contact with that wall. Got very close, no contact. And then, however, now here's what happened. He spun, and if anyone saw this race, he started spinning, and got his car to downstairs, if you will, and actually got the car right at the entrance of pit road. He cut through pit road, came out the other side, and got penalized for speeding. Lap 90. And then Jimmie Johnson was actually in 28th place. Right, race off pit road, lap 92. You had Joey Logano, Denny Hamlin, Austin Dillon, and Kevin Harvick, and Truex Jr., respectively. The 22, the 11, 3, 4, and the 78. Green flag comes out, lap 94. Restart, lap 95. Top 3 at lap 95 consists of Joey Logano, Kurt Busch, and Brad Keselowski, the 22, the 41, and the 2. But at lap 102, the top 3 consist of Kurt Busch, Truex Jr., and Joey Logano, the 41, the 78, and the 22. Kurt Busch with a 0.55 second lead over Truex Jr. at lap 119. That lead would grow to 1.19 seconds at lap 128, and then would grow to 1.28 seconds at lap 130. AJ Allmendinger scrapes the wall, with no caution for that one. But question number 3 comes out lap 136 for Justin Allgaier, the 51 car. He makes contact with the wall, training Pate, and he winds up going to the garage actually. And there was an incident between Allgaier and Chase Elliott on pit road as well. I forget the exact details. Correction. Allgaier heads to the garage after hitting the wall. Clint Bowyer had an incident with Chase Elliott in pit road, and he had to actually go back to pit road. Came out and then had to go back in. I think there was a little scuffle between the two cars right there. So we had a race off pit road at 139, which consisted of Kurt Busch, Truex Jr., Dale Jr., Keselowski, Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, and Austin Dillon in that order. The 41, the 78, the 88, the 2, the 18, the 4, the 11, the 22, and the 3. Green flag comes out, lap 140, and restart lap 141. You had a nice little 3-wide going on between laps, from lap 42 going into lap 143, with the 22, the 18, and the 2. The 18 in the middle of that one. David Ragan reports a tire rub, right rear tire, lap 144. And then you had the top 3 at lap 152. Kurt Busch, Martin Truex Jr., and Dale Earnhardt Jr., the 41, the 78, and the 18. Kurt Busch with a 1.11 second lead over Truex Jr. at lap 153, which grew to a 1.22 second lead at lap 154, which actually over time would grow to 1.64 seconds at lap 177. Kasey Kahne, penalty for speeding on pit road, lap 191. Kasey Kahne in the 5 car. Top 3 at lap 198, Truex Jr., Kurt Busch, and Kevin Harvick in that order, 78, 41, and the 4. Lap 200 marks the halfway mark of the race at at 8:17 p.m. Eastern. Lap 200, which completed 300 of the 600-mile race. Matt DiBenedetto penalized for uncontrolled tire. DiBenedetto in the 83 car. Truex Jr. has a 1.8 second lead over Kurt Busch. Oh, before I go, I got this note right here I don't want to forget. Jeff Gordon was actually the pace car driver at the Indy 500. But I think he just did the pace laps before the race started. I don't think he was in it for the whole race. I don't think. I remember I did see something on TV about that. So, Truex Jr., which led over 130 laps, okay? Truex Jr., 1.8 second lead over Kurt Busch at lap 206, which grew to 2.52 seconds at lap 222. Okay. That lead would grow to over 3 seconds. 3.21 seconds lead over Kurt Busch, and that was at lap 229. Caution number 4 comes out lap 230. Trevor Bayne makes a significant contact with the wall. Trevor Bayne in the 6th car. Eric Almirola